goody, what's goody, what's goody? You know this is your boy Andy Appleseed. Andy Appleseed TV is the name of the channel. Make sure you like, share, hit your boy with a comment. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button one time. We got the latest and greatest hip-hop news in these YouTube streets. Hit that like, let's go. Latest news hit the social. Welcome to Let's Talk About. It's a series where we see something online. I allow you guys to drop your opinions in the comment section. Today, we'll be discussing that viral video with the Atlanta police officer who actually arrested a woman who was resisting arrest. So many mixed emotions on social media after this clip went viral. You could tell that people were very upset, but they only saw a section of the clip. Now, judging from just watching the full version, it does look like this woman had the opportunity to just sign a paper and walk away. At the same time, the officer was pushing the issue. He was not having it. When he said that, I'm gonna arrest you if you don't sign it, he meant it. That was an order by a police officer. Let's jump straight into this MYSONNE reaction. He felt in his opinion that the officer was way out of line, but I do feel after watching the full video, she should have signed that paperwork. And I do feel there was something up with the cop as well. He was too aggressive. He didn't have to go that route. But tense moment for all parties. Let's jump into this MYSONNE reaction.
So there's the whole video. You know, I posted the clip that I received, a few days ago, and I keep seeing this narrative that I won't post the whole video, and the whole video will give you a different perspective, and it might give some people a different perspective, and it actually does give me a different perspective. So I'm going to explain that. I'm going to break it down to you exactly what happened in this video. But before I say that, let me start by saying I'm a man first and foremost. I don't pander. I've never been a beta male. I don't even know too many males that's more alpha male than me. And alpha male for me means to protect women and be able to have a level of restraint to where I don't violate women, right? I call it how I see it. I stand on what I stand on. What I feel, and I'm whatever it is I say I feel is what I'm gonna do 100% of the time, all right? With that being said, now that you've seen the whole video, and let me break down this video from you. And after I finish this, I want you to rewind and listen to what I said. An officer drives into a parking lot, not even a park, right? Most people sit outside the park, right? It's a well-lit area. They're not inside the park, because prior to that, people were telling me that they was in the park. This was going on. That's not what happened. They were sitting outside their car, right? Hugging and kissing outside the car. The officer pulled up. Seeing them hugging and kissing outside the car, right? Nobody was out there in a well-lit area in a parking lot of a park, not inside a park, right? He walks over to them and said, I see the Ohio plates. Not sure if you're from around here or anything, but you can't be in the park from the hours from 11 to 6. They immediately said, oh, thank you, sir, thinking he's giving them a warning and telling them they have to leave. But that's not what he was doing. He then asks them for their identification. So they're confused. They thinking, damn, we ain't did nothing wrong, right? You can see they was like, oh, thank you, officer. They hand him their identifications. However long, they said it skips to the part where he comes back. He comes back, he calls the man over first. He says, sir, this is a citation, letting you know that you was in the park late. The guy says, this some type of charge? No, it's a ticket. The guy looks at the paper, he's looking at it, he said, I need you to sign here. He said, do I have to sign it? Right? The officer says, well, you can sign it or go to jail, right? He didn't. That wasn't a legal term. That wasn't a legal explanation for why I have to sign, right? You didn't say, hey, well, according to the laws of Atlanta, if you don't sign a ticket, then, I have the opportunity. I have the option to arrest you. You can be arrested. If you're unwilling to sign this ticket, then you can be arrested. There was no kindness there, right? There was no kindness in anything. He wasn't polite. He wasn't real nice. He wasn't paid. He wasn't none of that. He was a officer that wanted to impose his will. When you start out with telling somebody, either you sign this or you go to jail, that is a confrontational statement. Because I would say, what you mean I go to jail, like over a ticket? I would have said that immediately. But if you say, well, according to Atlanta state law, sir, if you don't sign it, then you can be arrested. Then you broke it down to legal terms. You ain't talking to me like nobody in the street. You sign this or go to arrested. So he initiated that. But the man just said, you know what? I don't even want to deal with it. Because most of us do. Most men, we say, you know what? We just going to get We will allow ourselves to deal with injustice. We will allow ourselves to be mistreated just to get away from police, right? So let's move past that. He calls the lady over. Now she's saying to herself, this man is really giving us a ticket? Is he serious? Like, he just acknowledged. Well, let me get to that. So she walks over. She looks. He says, I'm giving you a citation today for being in the park after hours. Knowing that we're not from here, knowing we wasn't doing anything wrong, you seen us, we thought everything was cool, we was willing to leave the park, but you're going to give us a citation so we probably got to show up in court. We're not even from here. You really just being right now. So she says, let me get your badge. And now she walks back. Now, everybody say he let her walk back to the car. He let them people stand outside the car from the beginning because they was never a threat. He was in his car for about 15, 20 minutes while they stood out there. He never told them to stay in a certain place. Don't go in your car. They were standing out there the whole time. He said, wait right here, I'll be back. So her going to the car was nothing different than they had already done, right? So he knew that the woman wasn't a threat. She said, can I have your badge number, right? As she's walking away, she says, let me get your badge number. So clearly she didn't hear him. She went and got her phone. She comes back. She said, what is your name? He said, Officer Brooks. She's in her phone. Probably typing the database because they have a new system where you can type in the officer's name inside the database to see if they have any infractions that they've been done. Because obviously this is an officer and she knows that. So she types in the database. She's typing in. And then when she said Officer Brooks, he said Officer Brooks. And then he said his badge number. Now, he did give his badge number 2 times. But the second time, she did not ask that man for his badge number. So she was not typing in his badge number. She was typing in his name. So she didn't know. When she said, what is your name? And he said, your first name, I'm not giving to you that. She said, okay, so your last name? Again, Brooks. And then he said his badge number. She did not request the badge number the second time that he gave it. And this first time she asked him, she was walking away. So there's a strong possibility that she never heard him give the badge number. Because if I'm concentrating on the name that I asked you for, then that's what I'm typing in. And then she said, and the badge number? And he said, I've given it to you twice. And she said, I'm asking again. He said, I'm not going to give it to you again. She said, okay, that's fine. I don't have to sign this ticket. He said, yes, you do. She said, no, I don't. Now that is the opportunity for you to give the law to an individual. That's the opportunity that you had at that point to explain the law of Atlanta. Well, according to the law of Atlanta, when you issue the citation, if you don't sign the citation, you can be arrested.
Just judging from the full video, I do feel in my opinions that this officer did provide a way for this woman to just walk away with the ticket, and then she didn't really want to take that option, and this is the option that she got. So it was somewhat of a resistant arrest, but I do feel that the police officer could have chose some other way to detain this woman. He threw her on the ground. That was kind of aggressive right there. But drop your opinions in the comment section. If you saw this video, do you feel that he did his job? It was just, this woman was pushing the issue, she could have just walked away? Or do you feel that this officer knew from the start she wasn't going to sign that paper and he was going to definitely take her down? Now, I want to thank you very much for watching. It's your boy Andy Appleseed. Andy Appleseed TV is the name of the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, drop me a comment. We got the latest and greatest hip-hop news commentary by your boy Andy Appleseed. It's going down. Live stream edits, you named it. Hit that like, catch me in the next video. Peace.